Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys some initial impressions of the Sony NEX VG20. Now this is the successor to the VG10, which was the first Handycam based around the NEX lens system. So you're looking at the next model, and it does have some improvements, no question. Again, I just want to give you guys initial impressions today. This is one of the two cameras I'll be taking with me to CES 2012 in Vegas. The other is the 5N. I've already given you initial impressions of the Sony NEX5N. They both have the same 16.1 megapixel APS-C sensor, so a full, 1.5 crop, almost, full frame sensor that you'd find in a, true digital SLR. So you're going to get great stills out of a camera like this, or at least that's what's theorized based on the, build, what's under the hood here, as well as great video, up to 28 megabit compression in AVC 2.0 format, 1080p, 60 frames per progressive, 24 frames progressive, all the flexibility you'd expect from a semi-pro camera. But this is not a professional camcorder, so don't be confused. Even though it is priced at $2,200, yes, $2,200 with this 18 to 200 lens, which is compatible, of course, with the NEX5N as well as the NEX7, the whole range of NEX cameras, because this is based around the NEX line. This lens on its own is $800. So if you go just body, you're looking at $1,600. But again, you get that capability of 16.1 megapixel stills as well as phenomenal video. And the thing to remember is that you're not going to have the overheating issue that you'll find, or the 29-minute video cap on the 5N or the NEX7 or any of the NEX dedicated still cameras. So that, at least in the video department, you're going to see very similar video quality results, but you're not going to have the overheating. After all, this is a dedicated video camera. Now, in terms of audio quality, this does at least have the promise to be one of the best built-in microphones I've ever seen. 4 separate microphones, as you can see, all bring together the 5.1 Dolby Digital on-camera sound. However, there is also a microphone port, as you can see right here, for a line in. No XLR port here, but again, this is not a professional camera. You do get an electronic viewfinder, certainly a nice touch. This also acts as a good grip. On the right side of the camera, you can see they've given a start and stop recording button here, as well as an expanded focus button. Nice to see that they brought that expanded focus button. Not sure how easily I'll be able to get to these, considering my pinky is going to be here, but still nice to see that they've done that. Your HDMI out, infrared sensor there for the remote control that's included. Your headphone jack right there, DC in. At the back of the camcorder, you've got your traditional buttons you'd expect: power on and off, record button, as well as your mode button for jumping in and out of still and video mode. Because again, 16.1 megapixel stills, the same sensor found in the NEX5N. Electronic viewfinder, from what I've seen so far, solid, pretty much what you would have found on the VG10. Battery compartment, it's deep for a reason. Extended batteries are pretty big, and they do run at least an estimated 6 hours. I'm going to say it's probably going to be 3. As you can see, I just flipped out the 3.5-inch touchscreen. Some of you will like that, some of you won't. You won't have to dive too far into the menus. You can see they've given a lot of dedicated buttons, which is certainly a good thing. Your memory bay is right here. I've got a 32 gig class 10 SDHC card in there. Be ready to throw those in there because there is no onboard memory in this camera. Your focus button, ring, essentially they've accommodated everything that you'd expect. Made some improvements from the VG10, so that's certainly a good thing, such as the video capabilities are a step up, as well as a couple of other things which I'll get to when I give you guys thorough and full impressions of this video camera. But again, you're looking at that 18 to 200 lens that's really expensive, but is the right fit for this camera. It is an $800 piece of glass, but if you own an NEX5N or an NEX7, you might really appreciate the flexibility of having this lens that will work great with either this camera or either of those mirrorless, dedicated still cameras. But again, this is the Sony VG20, and this will be one of the two cameras that I will be leaning on for CES 2012. So I look forward to giving you guys, final impressions of both and telling you which, at least in my opinion, is the better solution. Even though they are very different, they are based around the same sensor as well as the same lineup of glass. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.